Yo, 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 this is King Erner coming to you guys live and direct. First and foremost, do what? Go follow me at King Erner official page on Instagram. Hit my DM and say, yo, Erner, I want that honorable Condors Crispus or that sour sap. Y'all burning me out. DM after DM after DM. Yo, King Erner, did you see that Casanova isn't in BOP custody? First, let me explain this part of it. I don't wish to go over things I already went over before. You know, Casanova, he was running around with a real Zat, money back so you know how I felt about that. There was a lot of discrepancies when he first got arrested. And I felt like, maybe he was cooperated. But at the end of the day, there was nothing saying that he cooperated. Now, I do know in federal custody, there's a lot of these real Zats that can go back and bang somebody. They could think of a cold case and end up back at their courthouse telling. But I will say this. I wish y'all stop with the negative. We don't need no more solid men turning into no real Zats. I don't know if some of you guys have heard of the evil eye or, things that you say out your mouth or things that you show off or things that you think that it may be can really turn out to be a bad situation because y'all putting that in the atmosphere. And the jealousy and the dishonor is so far off about these celebrities that sometimes y'all say things and do things and y'all create an evil eye where y'all damn near put this evil eye amongst the people. Why are we still in 2024 going on to 2025 actually searching out these people? Why? Why are we looking up Casanova's case? I want to know. You got to be a kill some guzzler. And I say we because sometimes y'all come out your element. Things that have already been spoken on, there's no need to speak on them again. And when you continue to speak on them again, you just water things down and you may give it a promotion that's not needed. Let's say tomorrow or tonight that this guy turns into a real Zat and he's really in, witness protection. Let's just say this. What does it benefit you to see somebody turn into a real Zat? Why is everybody always so happy? I'm going to tell you why you're so happy, because you're miserable. You're sitting around dead popped and you're figuring out how you can point the finger at someone else. And guess what King Erner has already figured out about all of you Milzuts? Majority of y'all are real Zats. So if you're a real Zat, or you be around real Zats, or you an individual that say, oh, I ain't even on it like that. Like, I just be minding my business. It's like, what is your concern with real Zats? Why do you want to send this to King Erner? You want to try to rev up King Erner back in his old bag so you can get your laughs off and then turn around and shake hands with a real Zat. I know what's going on with you kittens. I have understanding that most of you Milzuts are just waiting to get down. And most of y'all that's claiming to be solid is waiting to get grabbed so you could tell anything because you've been wondering how these real Zats been getting off. Oh, you've been like, oh, I've been waiting. As soon as I get locked up, I'm telling because so-and-so told and everybody accepted him. So-and-so went ahead and backdoored his brother or his mother and locked her up. So you think it's okay, you think it's cool. I mean, you got to. You're still figuring out a way to be a part of the streets when you're supposed to be detaching yourself. Well, listen, I'm going to explain to you loud and clear. King Erner don't give a filzuck about none of you dilzick sucking real Zats or none of you killzunts that try to act like you want to expose them but don't want to expose who you truly are. You real Zats eat from the same bowls as the snakes, and you snakes eat from the same bowls of you real Zats. And guess what? A lot of y'all figure out how to run around and be around gillzumps because women are catching on and saying, look, I don't want to be a part of the betrayal. I want to live my life in a very honorably, respectfully way. I don't need people telling me that my significant other is a rat. You see where I'm coming from? She don't want to live like that no more. She's like, never mind the headache, never mind the check. I don't care. I don't want to be amongst it. Or she don't want to be amongst the guy that's swinging around the rosettes, because every time she go around her girlfriends, her girlfriend brother or her girlfriend cousin or father may say, do you know she deals with a rosette? See, the name destroys a lot of the honor that they have within. So the money that they giving y'all for, a little bill or two, it ain't equaling up to the honor and the things you have to deal with. You see, no one wants to keep hearing about their significant other being a rosette, but no one else want to hear any about someone who is running around with the rosettes, because you're just as guilty. You have committed treason. And guess what? When you commit treason, your honor isn't intact, because you're destroying the community all the way around. Because who cares? Why do you care about a rosette going in from 2024 to 2025? Why? By now, from the things King Erna have put out there, guess what? You guys should have understanding. That's not what we do. Now they're throwing King Tut name in the air, and they got work out on him saying he's a rosette. What do you expect for any solid young man to do? I'm going to tell you what I expect for you to do. Not worry about nothing that gets attributed to the streets. If you're not a part of it, if you're not in it, why are you concerned about it? Why are you DMing King Erna giggling and saying, get him, Erna, get him? No, you get him, you dill-sick sucker. You Millsets are scared of these rosettes. That's the reason why I retired honor snatching, because it's either a fake solid guy sending me to work that run around with the rosettes, or it's a guy who's claiming that this one is a rosette and he is really a rosette. I don't have time for that. I have time to help rebuild the community and help them have understanding of, what needs to be put in place and how the young men need to attribute to doing more things to help their single mother, or the father also who could be single and carrying on a child where a mother was addicted and he had to, do it until the mother gets correct and help the mother out. And, a lot of different things that could go on with helping our community, opposed to caring about these spineless pieces of shilzits. I mean, come on. Will you give me a break here? I don't know if Casanova's a rosette at this moment. I don't know if he's being shipped to a BOP. I don't know. He could be in custody. That's what that means. When it says, where is you at and you're not there, some of the time, most of the time, amongst solid men, that person could be in transit. Bottom line, in transit. But for you guys to say, hey, King Erna, this, that, and the third, hey, if it comes out, I'll explain to the people in the most honorable fashion that this guy's in the witness protection program, he's a rosette, and how that nobody should follow him. But who gives a filzuk? And that's what I want for the youngins to start having understanding. You shouldn't care about the streets. You should only have awareness when you're going to school, when you're moving about, if you're living in a strong neighborhood that has violence and drugs or things of that nature. It just doesn't go for the suburbs. It just doesn't go for the urban community. It just doesn't go for anybody specific, no nationality, because all of us have drugs and violence involved in our community, whether it's quiet or loud. So don't think because he's living in a home that's close to someone else's and they can hear each other through the walls, that their home got to be the worst home, because that's not true. It could be that suburban home where as though everybody is getting high in it, including the mother, including the father, including the children, and it can all be enabling. You don't know. I don't know. But guess what? I can give understanding that we got to do better. We got to focus more on the children that aren't going to jail. Listen to me. The other youngest, they already know better. They got the strength and the mindset to run blocks, get money, orchestrate murders. They understand and know better. So they're going through their life learned lessons as they go. We have to begin to have understanding and let them have their peace and what they love to do. As long as we're not including ourselves, meaning you and us who's walking around in this community and saying, I'm going to walk up on so-and-so and I'm going to chill for them today. You know, I'm going to ride with them. You're going to ride with them and end up in the back of a paddy wagon on the way to jail, and you know you're not with it. Come away from it. Bottom line, don't worry about King Tut being a real Zat. That's a piece of trash that need to be taken out. What can we do about that? I don't know. I don't have understanding of these fake legends that become real Zats. There's a lot of them across the world, not just in New York and Philadelphia also. It's everywhere, not just in D.C., not just in Baltimore, not just in Kansas, not just in Detroit, but everywhere. Who gives a filzuck? It's burnt out and it's over with. Youngins don't even follow to care about it. Have understanding. King Erna has thousands of videos that you can go and learn and get educational understanding. The honor snatching, educational understanding. But yet it gave you a laugh, it gave you a giggle, but the truth behind the story and the understanding of behind whatever paperwork or whoever I put out there, it had a meaning, and that state of filzuck away from the streets. And don't be a part of recycling crime. Coming home, and guess what? Getting that smack on the wrist because you wanted to figure out a way out easy. And when you come home, all you do is continue to do crime. That's recycling, and the government supports that. Let's go in a different direction. That direction has to be pure and true honor. And pure and true honor don't give a filzuck about no streets. Worry about your credit. Worry about getting you a nice little apartment so you can get out your mother home, get a job, and come back to help her every week and build your own family and make sure that's sturdy also. Everything else is irrelevant. I mean, we can act like everything is cool and it's cool to be a flea, but what King Erna is giving is coffee and never tea. King Erna live and direct.